What is going on, everyone? My name's Boy, and I'm back with some more Age Mythology. The Titans action spawning on the left side of the map in the blue color, playing as Thor. His name's Magic, his opponent today. In the red color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Bubez. The map is Mediterranean. It's currently 1-0. I got it. 1-0 for Magic in this best of 3. Hell yeah. What an exciting time to be alive. Bubez not able to hold on in that Poseidon mirror, but now Magic is throwing in his Thor, and you're about to see, I would guess, I don't know, but every time I see Magic play Thor, he makes it look like a strong civilization. You're about to see why Thor is not actually as bad as people think he is. There's a lot of cheeky stuff that Magic does when he's playing Norse in order to get away with, or to deal with a lot of the weaknesses that Thor specifically has. So we'll see if that comes out in this game, or if Bubez just shows why Greek is considered very, very strong, specifically on this map as well. This is a really good map for Poseidon and Zeus for that matter, because they get access to some really strong classical age god powers. Not only that, Poseidon gets access to this lure, who is one of the only gods that's going to be able to hunt and spam fishing ships. And also you can see, if you watched, there was a video a couple of days ago, I talked about the build order that most Greek players are doing nowadays, where you send your first 2 villagers over to wood, get a dock, and you put villagers straight onto herdables here. So you can do this build with Poseidon even better, because you're getting hunt straight to your town center. I'm a little bit weirded as to why Bubez is still bothering to eat this pig when there is a deer here, but you know, I guess he doesn't want to waste. You know, he doesn't want to waste food. You know, it's tough life when there's starving children in Africa, and if you're letting your pigs just go to waste, then it's very sad. We'll see if he goes over onto the deer or not. He does. Okay. So he just wanted to finish off that pig, but already 2 docks up for Magic, which is very, very fast. And he's spamming out fishing ships like a madman. He's got 6 villagers on wood as well, and it's looking like he's kind of doing a kind of a variant on the old dwarf build, which, when you actually look at the stats of how fast the dwarf gathers, as long as you've got no economic upgrades, the dwarf gathers at the Thor dwarf gathers wood at exactly the same rate as a gatherer. The only difference being that dwarves train at 16 seconds, whereas gatherers train at 14 seconds. So that's the big difference there. So it's slightly worse to get a dwarf, only slightly though. Temple going up for Magic as well. I imagine Bubez is doing the same. He's going to be looking for a 420 advance time here. And here he goes. No, he's building that. He cancelled the village. Good. He's a little bit slow on the advance time, but what can you do? Sometimes there's just so many actions that you have to do to get that one up. We also see. Okay, I was a bit weirded. I was like, we also see 2 villagers on favor here. Bubez going for some centaur shenanigans in this on this Mediterranean, getting that, but not going to happen. Not going to happen at all. We do see the pigs getting brought back. The 2 favor is Sheely there, because getting out a Hippolyta early and a Theseus against Thor is huge, because there's not a lot they can do against it when they're getting when triremes are getting put into their face as well. Now we see the Freya coming through for Magic as well. That's at 30%. He's going to be a little bit further behind, but I'm not sure he's going to mind too much. We see a Herser already coming out, because he knows he's going to have to deal with like a centaur or something like that. He wants to get up another dock potentially. We're going to need to build a house as well here. Is he building another one? No, just the one. There's Hermes. The Hippocampus does miss this, so he's not going to know that the 3rd dock is coming up for Magic. And the centaur sitting in his base. No immediate Theseus or anything else. We see immediate triremes getting built here for Bubez. 37 population to 35 population. So he's going to have to do a little bit of damage with these because of Magic's Magic's boomy build order here with 12 fishing ships. And the trireme do run in. Magic not reacting just yet. They can't get into this location here. We do see that next dock has come up. We've got the longboats building out now for Magic. And these fishing ships are under fire here. The best option right now for Magic is going to be just defend these ones in your docks. And maybe even move over onto these Mahi because these are very far away. And I think Magic is going to be kind of happy. As long as he doesn't lose any of these fishing ships, he's going to be kind of happy with the amount of damage he's taking at this point. Because it is a bit slow for the Norse to get going here. He's got those houses going up, and the Valkyrie is making her way around here. And the Centaur is sitting on that wood line there to harass a little bit. Fishing ship's moving back in. He doesn't get to pick that one off, and Magic going to be bringing this fishing ship back over the other side. Longboat may get sniped here. It's going to be very close. Does manage to pick that one off. There is the Valkyrie. Village is getting pulled off. The Centaur already defending. The Valkyrie does win in this fight though. But if the Centaur comes back over onto the town center, it's totally fine. We do see the Theseus coming over. Has to run away a little bit longer. Still trying to pressure this. And there we go. The Valkyrie has picked off the center and will try and run away, but I'm thinking that the town center is going to be able to pick it off. Yes, Valkyrie does fall. Magic still trying to stay alive in this location. There are 10 trireme to 4 longbows for Magic, and fighting only for 1 dock. This is a very good fight for Bubez to be taking here, as Magic is struggling to survive in this location. And he may have to commit to throwing those longboats into the docks to continue here. We'll see if he's able to make that happen or not. But it's little, go away. Little bug running in my face. But Magic still has a little bit of fish still getting, still gathering, so it's not hurting completely here. I would have liked to see Magic move some fishing ships over to this location here while the fight was happening over here, but sometimes that's a bit difficult. Still spamming out those units. And the house coming up for Magic now. Theseus chilling in his base. We see some stables coming up now for Bubez, who wants to see what he can do with those. Maybe we can get some pressure happening. I love that if you check out Magic's base, he's just so good with these box carts. They're right wedged in, so the villagers don't have to have that much walking time, and his resources are going to be very, very good. Bubez sitting at 69 population, Magic's getting 66. So even though it's seeming like Bubez is kind of winning on the water fight, he's really actually not that far in front. And while this is all going on, Magic's going to be able to get his fishing ships back out, and he's going to be able to start getting that food economy back in as he wins this water fight, because Bubez is kind of, instead of throwing up the third dock, throwing up these stables, changing the general trajectory of this game on the water. We'll see if it works out for him. I mean, he definitely needs to be sending them forward and getting some harass. Remember, only like 3 Hippocon against all these gatherers is not going to be the best. If we check out the upgrades, he does have hand axe and pickaxe, so he does need to start transitioning some of these dwarves away from the wood over onto gold if he wants to be efficient. He has a lot of wood in the bank. He needs to spam out houses as well. Being very slow on that one there. Basically, he needs to be throwing down a house every single time he can, because he's as soon as this is back up, these take 14 seconds to train, right? So the house takes about, was it 9 seconds to build, or 14? 14 seconds to build. So you have to build a house every single time. Every single house goes up instantly at this point, basically. Try and get some hits in over here. There's a lot of trireme here for Bubez, but the longboats do kind of win so long as the micro is good, because they have an extra damage, whereas the trireme have an extra 2 range. So as long as you don't have to retreat with these longboats, you're going to be very, very happy to take these fights. And we do see some nice micro. Try and pick off these 2 low HP triremes here. Magic pulling back as well, wants to be sitting outside of this dock fire. And at this point, this is exactly what you want if you are Magic here. This fight is really, really good for him. And Bubez is trying to get some raids in with these Hippocon. The Hersa may have to build up those long houses very soon, start bumming out some Ulfsark or something like that. Bubez is going to be losing this water very, very handily right now. We'll see if Bubez is still building out those. Yeah, he's still building out Trireme, but I don't think it's the right choice here. Because Magic's gone so hard on this, you can stop these Trireme here and just grab 2 town centers. And you're going to be completely fine. You don't need to keep fighting this. But it looks like Bubez is making kind of the wrong decision here. Still spamming out those Trireme into the docks. He may be able to fight back here, but even if he gets out 5 in both of these docks, I think they can support. Well, he can't even get out 5. It's going to get out 10 here. So 3 Trireme in that dock and 6 in that dock. It's not going to be enough to push out, I don't think. But we do see some raids still coming in. Magic going to be under a lot of pressure. Your longhouse coming down. Villagers have to drop off their wood into the town center here. They do have straggler trees. They have this wood over here. Oxguard does get picked off, and Magic is going to be losing some of these longboats here. Is still pumping out these Trireme, and Bubez is smart enough to cancel that 3rd Trireme as he's still pumping these guys into the other dock. Surprised to see no side docks getting thrown up here, or like hiding those ones out. We just see some longboats getting brought back. Maybe going to be helping out with that. You can see villagers onto chicken as well as the dwarves are chasing, getting chased around. There is the watchtowers. Town center picking off some hippopon as well. Doing some good stuff. Some very good stuff. And now we can start seeing those Ulfsark getting built out. But you do have to remember, while Ulfsark have the stats to beat a... Well, they are technically infantry. They don't really counter Hippocon. Especially not in low numbers, because they've got 30% hack armor, which is the big win there, as opposed to 10% hack armor. But they are sitting at about half HP of a Hippocon. So... when it comes down to it, the Hippocon actually beat Ulfsark, especially unupgraded Ulfsark, until the upgrades start coming in a little bit more. Like when you get a bunch of those medium infantry and maybe even get a copper mail and win those fights pretty handily. The fishing ships are getting picked off here. Nice raids from Magic, and Bubez not paying attention to this at this point. He's got a lot of these Triremes sitting out. He needs to drop those guys out. And there we go. Coming out, he's going to be making a pushback onto the water here as the Hippocon now coming over are going to be trying to push off this gold mine. There's enough Ulfsark now to be pushing Bubez back. So no problems there. The Trireme moving forward. Me trying to pick off some longboats and pick off some fishing ships. But I think... Oh, and Bubez moving forward on the side of this map as well. I like that, but you do have to go on both sides when you're going for these pressure plays, because it's just very important to be building on both sides of the map on Mediterranean. But Bubez will be... I mean, Magic's still reproducing units, reproducing these longboats again, so he's not content with losing the water just yet, even at 12 minutes into the game. We do see Town Center now coming up for Magic here, which is very, very good for him. He's Norse, he's Thor, getting those Town Centers up is going to allow him to use a Ragnarok here to see what he can do. We just see some Valkyries getting built out, more buildings coming up on this location. We see an armory for Bubez. That's a very early armory. We'll see if he can get there. Stopping villager production as well. And there is no pickaxe for Bubez at this point. He's making some pretty silly mistakes here at this point. Definitely needs to get that pickaxe out. He would probably have enough resources actually to be advancing, or at least close to advancing to the heroic age in terms of gold if he had pickaxe a little bit earlier, but not there just yet. Picking off everything else though is very important. All these fishing ship pickoffs, but sitting below the town centers now as Magic is up 2 town centers. He's going to be very, very content with his position here. We do see him moving forward. He knows that this has already happened over here, I think. Let's check that out. He has seen that there's some 4 buildings here. But he can just move forward and grab this town center. No problems at all, because Bubez has got no line of sight over here. And we'll see if he goes for the raid on this wood or not, or if the town center gets grabbed. We'll just see Hippocon checking this one out. And the units are moving in right now. The villagers get immediately pulled off here. So nice play there by Bubez. Good reaction speed. But he's got nothing back here. There's no units in his base. All of his units are currently sitting up the top here, picking off a Valkyrie, who they did pick off, but He's going to be losing a lot of villagers here. I'm still surprised there hasn't been like medium upgrades here for the Ulfsark. But Magic obviously just has not prioritized that. There they are. They're going to be coming in. And once that comes in, these Ulfsarks start looking very, very scary. So we do snipe some units here that are trying to run away. And Bubez, in this moment, decides to tap out as he realizes he has not got the units to defend against this push. This town center is not going to be his. And even if the map does get split along this way, he's got no answer for what is coming for him. He's got no answer to the huge heroic age spike with Skadi or probably Bragi in this situation, probably not using his flaming weapons because of ceasefire, but he will get Swineray and Call of Valhalla in order to really chew through those Hippocon, and then beyond that would have the Ragnarok coming in very, very hard and probably not going to be able to get defended there. So nice play from Magic. As I said at the start, Magic's Thor is very, very scary. He plays around the weaknesses of Thor incredibly well. I do think that Bubez could have abused Greek a little bit harder here in this matchup. The big abuse that I see from Greek players on Mediterranean is getting out the Hippolyta as soon as you hit the classical age and you just send her up and you sit her on the gold mine. That forces out a watchtower upgrade and you do a lot of damage to your opponent. So I'm a little bit sad that didn't happen here for Bubez in this game. It seems to be something that maybe it's just like he didn't want to go max abuse in this game against Magic, as he knows that the Thor is a bit of a difficult one. But GG, well played by Magic. 2-0. Move on to game number 3 very shortly. Thank you all for hanging out with me, having a great time. Hope you are as well. Get it going real soon.